Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for NCAA Women's Hoops as the Thunder from Wheaton College headed northeast to take on the Firebirds of Carthage in a pivotal CCIW matchup as we are approaching the end of regular season play. Hello everybody, my name is Peter Ferreri. I am honored to be with you this Saturday afternoon from a chilly Tarble Arena in Kenosha, Wisconsin, off the beautiful lakefront of Lake Michigan. As you see from the records, both teams having success in the non-conference schedule, into conference schedule. A huge matchup, though, for Wheaton. They sit one game under 500, and as we look at these CCIW standings, again, that one loss all the way at the top, of course, was Illinois Wesleyan, and that one loss came last Saturday by the hands of these Firebirds from Carthage College. An absolute huge victory for Carthage as they were able to take out the top-ranked squad. And I mean, there's no other way to say it in CCIW play. That just really is a defining moment for Coach Jones. Again, I saw some of the footage from after the game where they were dousing each other and having such a good time. We're going to turn it over now and go back to the standings, debriefing, stats, highlights, and more. It is now senior day festivities, and we will hand it over to Eric Elger, the PA announcer.
Left their mark on the program. Each of these seniors has displayed commitment both on and off the court, balancing their academic achievements with their athletic excellence. We thank them for their dedication and wish them the best in their future endeavors. Now let's meet our seniors. First senior we honor today is Emma Carlson. Emma comes to us from Northfield, Minnesota, and is earning her Master of Science in Sports Management. She is accompanied by her parents, Kathy and Bob Carlson. After graduation, Emma plans to pursue a career in sports and business analytics, and may also coach on the side. Give it up for Emma Carlson. The next senior is Grace Wamser. Grace hails from Grayslake, Illinois, and is majoring in communications with a minor in public relations. She is joined today by her parents, Nancy and Michael Wamser. After graduation, Grace plans to pursue a career in sports communication and may also coach on the side. Let's hear it for Grace Wamser. The next senior is Emma Thistle. Emma is from Grafton, Wisconsin, and is graduating with a bachelor's degree in accounting with a minor in mathematics. She is joined today by her parents, Kimberly and Chad Thistle. This fall, Emma will begin her career at Deloitte working in their audit department in downtown Milwaukee. Congratulations, Emma. Next senior, Elena Knabel. Native of Lockport, Illinois, Elena is graduating with a degree in mathematics and data science. She's joined today by her parents, Alexi and Chris Knebel. After graduation, Elena will be pursuing a career in data analysis. Let's give a big round of applause for Elena Knebel. The next senior is Maeve Wojcik. Maeve is from Oak Park, Illinois, and is earning her bachelor's degree in allied health science. She is accompanied today by her parents, Elizabeth and Chris Wojcik. Maeve will be continuing her education at the University of Illinois, Chicago, where she will pursue her doctorate in physical therapy. Congratulations, Maeve. And now let's recognize Mariana Morrissey. Mariana from Libertyville, Illinois, is earning her Bachelor of Science in Nursing. She is joined today by her parents, Sandra and Dan Morrissey. After graduation, Mariana will be obtaining her nursing license in Wisconsin and will be working at a hospital in Milwaukee. Let's hear it for Mariana Morrissey. Once again, let's have a round of applause for our 2025 Carthage College women's basketball seniors. Thank you for your commitment, leadership, and passion for the game. You'll always be a part of the Firebird family. Congratulations, seniors.
Congratulations once again to the outstanding seniors, getting their accolades, getting their flowers literally this afternoon in Kenosha. Once again, hello everybody, I'm Peter Ferreri. Thank you for being with us for a pivotal CCIW matchup. So 5 minutes back on the clock for the teams to get their final warm-ups. The seniors got, nice little prize box, a picture of them playing, a beautiful print. They really do it special here in Kenosha for this Carthage College senior class. Let's look once again now while we have a moment at those CCIW standings and once again the implications of what this game has in store. Again, the last time these two teams met, of course, it was a Firebirds victory at the buzzer. We'll get to that in a moment, but let's look once again at the CCIW standings. Firebirds, of course, on a one-game winning streak, so it's been a back-and-forth battle of late. They had that huge victory against Illinois Wesleyan, 87-81. Illinois Wesleyan ranked number 2 at the time. Prior to that, it was a 62-50 loss against North Central. Again, we mentioned the back and forth it's been for this team this season. They beat North Park 56-40. Prior to that, it was a loss to Carroll 80-53. And before that, a win 61-52 against Augustana. So again, back and forth team for Carthage. After today, they have Elmhurst, they have Milliken, and that's it. So this is the final home game of the regular season for the Carthage College Firebirds, where indeed seniors have been recognized. And as for Wheaton, they have a tough sled up ahead for them, looking at their recent contests. They went back-to-back with victories against North Park and Elmhurst in their own right, but then lost to Carroll 71-63. And prior to that, or after that I should say, on the 13th, just a few days ago, they lost to Augustana 58-55. We'll do more of a breakdown of those statistics as well. But once again, the last time these two teams met, just a few weeks ago, 56-54. Emma Thistle, 14 points, one of the best output she's had this season. Knebel with the layup with 5.4 seconds remaining. Morrissey 11, Malia Green with 9, just a stellar 3 for 6 from the field. Now, 2 points to note. Carlson did not play in that game, so you had the likes of Jessie Pekaski, Grace Wamser getting some additional time, and when you have arguably your best 5 not in the contest, it's a different lineup. Offensively for Wheaton, look at those numbers. That is not a mistake. That's not a typo. Annika Richardson, 24 points, 10 for 19 from the field, 10 boards, 2 assists. Kate Oliver, the second in line with 11 points. Faborowski with 6 and Hunter with 6. Again, it was tied at 54 apiece as time was winding down. Thistle drove baseline, kicked out to Knebel, made the shot, and then Wheaton did have time, shot a three to win it, missed. So it truly was a difference maker in terms of the abilities of these two teams and where they sit. Let's take a look really quickly at the last game for Wheaton College. Again, it was a loss to Augustana, 58-55. Close one once again. Faberowski led the charge with 20, Richardson 11, Erickson 15, Berg 15. So another close loss for Wheaton, and that's kind of been the story of this year. And then as for the Firebirds, let's one more time look at the game of games. 87-81 live on the Marquee Sports Network. Morrissey 27, Malia Green lights out, 4 for 6 from 3, 20 points. Orozco 12, Carlson 8. Huber led the way with 16, Knutson right behind with 14 with Powers. Again, that really set the tone for what today could be a Carthage berth into the postseason, or Wheaton playing spoiler and trying to leverage their way. Turning it over now to sideline announcer Eric Elger for the national anthem and introductions.
Tribute to all who have sacrificed their lives for our country and honor those who today put themselves in harm's way in service to America. And now, at this time, please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem by the Carthage Pep Band.
Welcome in to the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Live from Tarble Arena in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It's senior day, and the Thunder looking to rain on the parade of the Firebirds. Faborowski, Trumbach, Oliver, Richardson, and Kaiser, your starting five for the visiting Thunder. As for the home Firebirds, Malia Green, Carlson, Emma Thistle at the 1, Knebel, and Morrissey, your 4 and 5. We appreciate you being with us as the home Firebirds in the whites with the red numbers and letters, black trim. The visiting Thunder in the dark navy with white numbers and letters. The pass, Green, she's known for it. Absolutely, why not? 4 seconds in, one of the staples for the Firebirds, a kick out. Thistle, a good handle on it, just misses the 3 ball. And already 2-0. Firebirds up after 4 seconds. Nice crisp pass down low. Tying it up is Grace Kaiser. People in the future will look back on this season and study that opening tip-off sequence that has been so successful for the Firebirds countless times. This year we said in some coach calls with head coach Megan Jones, her second season at the helm, you know, how does it work? Tell us. And she said, well, I can't. I know how it works. I just can't tell you. And so it is truly something to behold as we see a close-up there of Coach Jones in her second season. What a turnabout it's been since she took over the program. So at the line, shooting 2 is Faborowski, hailing from Lone Tree, Colorado. So Wheaton Thunder, one of the premier Christian schools in the country, so getting a lot of players from across the great United States. Texas, California, New York, Virginia, Colorado, Florida, and more. And for what it's worth, only one local Illinois product, or 2 I should say, Kaiser and Hunter are your 2 locals. Kaiser being a transfer from Illinois College. 3-2 your score. Carlson gets in the lane. And the reason we mentioned Carlson, she did not play in the prior matchup. The double team, Green splits the uprights, misses the layoff off the front iron. So Carlson, a huge, impactful player, the transfer student. Trifecta and good. Nice 3 ball by Annika Richardson, and that's the player to watch offensively. It all feeds through her. One of that 1-2 punch between Oliver and Richardson. Thistle, a standout performance. And the last time these 2 teams met, Morrissey lays it up with the right hand and good. High dribble, back iron, no good. Morrissey with the defensive board. Head coach Kent Madsen at the helm for Wheaton, alongside Joanna Gostowski, Kirsten Madsen, and Laura Eggen. 15 on the shot clock. Morrissey, hand in her face, takes the 3, misses. Rebound, Katie Oliver out of Falls Church, Virginia. Trying to answer back. Similar situation, and foul going to be called against Alexis Martin. So Martin out of Guilderland High School in New York. 2-point lead for the Thunder. We are 3 minutes into the contest. Postseason implications on the line. Firebirds looking to be in the top 4. The potential to host February the 25th. Morrissey thought she had contact on the way up. No whistle. Thunder maintain the 2-point lead. 2-3 zone. Once that full court press dissipates, the cut, Green hand in the face. Nothing there to Oliver. The drive, And a foul is going to be called against Carlson. Richardson, a solid job driving toward the baseline and drawing contact. So the second foul already on Emma Carlson, and not the way you want to start, as Alyssa Orozco has checked in. Again, the impact player who did not play the last time these two teams met. Now already 2 fouls in the opening 3.5 minutes of the contest. So at the line, Richardson, 1 for 2 from the line. Richardson, a 7-17 free throw shooter, so not often she misses. So smaller lineup on the court as we speak for Carthage. Thistle at the 1, Green at your 2, Orozco at the 4, Morrissey 3, 5 is Knebel. Thistle drives, splits the trifecta defense. Morrissey picks it up, gets it up with 1 second remaining. Knebel tries for the rebound and can't get there. After the opening basket, 4 seconds into the contest, it has been a cold afternoon in Kenosha for Carthage offensively. Into Knebel, right hand up, another missed layup. 3 missed layups so far, or we should say 3 close misses. Misguided pass, trying to find cutting baseline was Kate Oliver. Carthage on a 3-game win streak against Wheaton. Last time Wheaton won was January the 28th of 2023, a 3-point win for Wheaton. Thistle. Not sure if it's called on the foul on the dribble. So that'll be the inbound. Up to Knebel, she pump fakes, tries to drive baseline, tipped away. Good play defensively by Grace Kaiser. Layup right hand, couldn't find it. Up and under. What a play by Lily Cadow out of California, a 5-point lead. Orozco tries to answer back. Knebel. 4 points, all to speak of in the first 5.5 minutes. Set shot almost from Leah Green. Another offensive board. Thistle pumps fakes. Morrissey, can she find the trifecta? She can indeed. The senior nursing student going to move to Milwaukee to pursue her nursing career upon the conclusion of this basketball career. And that 3-pointer has brought Carthage back to within 2. Morrissey having to guard the 5. Foul going to be called and 1. Kate Oliver, what a turnaround shot. Had the momentum, had the leverage. And Oliver and her .781 free throw percentage is going to head to the line for the and 1. So 11-7 your score. And we will keep everybody afloat of the out-of-town scoreboard and scores, I should say, that are taking place across the CCIW. As head coach Megan Jones having a vehement conversation with the assistants of Maddie Nitch, Lauren Herman, and Kate Amato. But again, besides the early shots in the 3-pointer, it's not been the best offensive output for Carthage. 3 of 13 from the field, including 1 of 5 from 3. Carthage 1 for their last 8. As Wheaton shooting .500, 4 for 8 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. Leading scorer, of course, Morrissey. 1 for 2 from 3, and a nice side bucket. But not to mention, I think this is very important, 4 rebounds for Morrissey, and also 4 rebounds for Martin of the Thunder. So Carthage already back out on the court. A little bit slower of a start. For Carthage. Subs that came in is Nora Aram to help at the 2. Wamser in as well. Morrissey hustles down the rebound. So the old-fashioned 3 couldn't complete. Quick passing for Carthage. They led Wheaton most of their last contest. Morrissey handed her face, side iron, no good. Aram chases it down. And she thought it was last touched by Wheaton. That was not the call. So close call nonetheless, but Faborowski, good court awareness to toss it off of Aram. And now Aram's going to get charged for the foul, and Coach Jones immediately saying to Aram, you have to match her at mid-court, not wait to trap her 15 feet past that mark. First quarter, all Thunder. Oliver, nice dribbles. Wamser and a travel going to be called. Nate Oliver, the 5'10 junior, 1 too many shuffle steps while trying the crossovers. Thistle driving and looking for the outlet. Knebel at the elbow, driving in, loses a handle. Morrissey with contact and just goes up strong. And that's that senior prowess of one Mariana Morrissey. The moment she got that contact, immediately threw the ball up and knows she was not only going to go to the line for 2, but causes the first foul against Annika Richardson. As Grace Cord about to check into the game. As she's getting Knebel a little bit of a break. Morrissey now with the opportunity. Bounces around and in. And for Mariana Morrissey, you take him any way you can. That's a good start for her at the free throw line. Up and good. Morrissey, a .630 free throw shooter, makes them both. The bounce pass, ill-advised. Morrissey puts on the afterburners. Goes up strong and a miss. Thought she was going to get contact. Good defense by the Thunder. Set the feet low. Pulling up a foot outside the elbow. Couldn't find it. Morrissey up ahead to Thistle. Thistle up ahead. Grace Cord takes the bounce. Oh, a travel called. Grace Cord caught the ball and started the dribble because she was a little bit close to that baseline, so potentially wanted to get it back in the play. The no-look pass rolls around and good. Lily Cadow. Wamser hand in the face. Can't find it. Grace Cord, the offensive rebound. Thought about the turnaround jumper, almost swiped away at the last moment. Thistle resetting up the offense. Under 10. Aram thought about the three-pointer. The drive, the turnaround jumper, no good. Ping pong is in the air, and nothing there. Carthage still sitting under 10 points with 95 seconds to go. Oliver setting up the offense, swinging around the top. Soft man. losing a handle, foul going to be called. And the foul's going to go against Grace Wamser. So Wamser's going to get a breather. Orozco comes in with Nora Aram. Aram having a conversation with Coach Jones on the sideline, trying to work through what was happening on that far sideline, as we see there. Good coaching moment. And shooting 2 for the Thunder is Caddo. (14-9). And again, if you are the Thunder with so much on the line, this is exactly the start you wanted. .70 seconds left in the opening frame. Horde tries to pass it to Morrissey, ill-advised. Not the start for Carthage that anybody expected after the layup. 4 seconds in, they have scored 7 points, minus the opening layup in the opening quarter. For 3, another offensive rebound for the Thunder. The Thunder, one of the scrappier teams in the CCIW. One of those teams at any point in time can beat anybody. And with shooting like that from Lily Caddo, 8 points for Caddo. She's almost matched. Cord goes up strong and able to find the bucket. And with 3, with 2 and 1, Cord gets her first bucket of the day to get Carthage over 10 points for the opening quarter, but Wheaton leads 17-11. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, quarter number 2 on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. And a foul called moments in. And Carthage more than content with that whistle. Martin called for the foul. So the pep band stopped as the ball was being inbounded. We appreciate you being with us on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Morrissey looked for the baseline pass. And the Thunder hopped right in the lane. Hand in the face for 3, bounces out, no good. Morrissey just having the side of the shoe step on the line. So Carlson back in the game, and I think it bears mentioning, Carlson sitting at 2 fouls. They were early fouls. So for all intents and purposes, at least you have 9+ minutes of Carlson with more fuel in the tank. The step back for 3. Another offensive board The kick out. Another three-point attempt for Wheaton. Back iron, no good. Out of play it goes. And the baseline official is saying that's staying with Wheaton. So your officials today, Dan Schmidt, Nate Hurius, and Greg Slater. So 20 seconds on the shot clock. Carlson tries to get a fingertip on it, not able to do so. Pulls back and it goes out of play, an air ball. A rare air ball for Alexis Martin. Malia Green gets trapped. Looking for somewhere to go. Tries to get it Knebel. Knebel, for some reason, pulled the arm back. Maybe she thought it was going somewhere else. And once again, the Thunder with an opportunity to add on. So it was pulled away at the last moment by Thistle, but it bounced off of her shoulder. So possession will stay with the Thunder. And Wheaton a 6-point lead. The pump fake against Carlson. Swinging out to the left-hand side. The quick pass down low. Knebel going to be called. Oh, a travel. Grace Kaiser called for the travel. I thought maybe the momentum of Knebel bumping into Kaiser kind of caused the shuffle, but they're saying inadvertent. Thistle now resets up the offense for Carthage. They are scoreless in their last minute and a half, one for their last 5 from the field. And the pass just a bit off the mark, and that's been the story of today for the Firebirds, as Knebel now subbing out for Alyssa Orozco. As Carthage desperately looking for some sort of spark offensively. Again, you had that little bit of a layoff, 7 days between their last game and, of course, one of the biggest games in the history of Carthage, defeating the undefeated Illinois Wesleyan squad to really stamp their position in this postseason heat. Under 10. Looking for 3. Back iron, no good. Malia Green. So Malia Green got the rebound, immediately pulled away by Caddo. And then Green called for the foul against Caddo on the way back up. That is just a heads-up play by Lily Caddo. Front of the rim, no good for Caddo. Caddo, a .470 free throw shooter, gets 1 of 2. Carthage has not scored in the second quarter. The crossover, pass down low for Orozco, goes up strong. Looks like she hit the backboard. Pulling up a foot outside the elbow. Running it down, offensive pickup for Faborowski. Trying to get a three-pointer. Morrissey comes away with the board. 4 out of the starting 5 still in the lineup. Orozco is in for Knebel, but Knebel about to sub back in. Green drives in, floats up high off the backboard, couldn't find the bucket. One of the best shooting percentage players for Carthage, couldn't find it. Top 6 seeds make the postseason. Good job by Orozco to keep it in play. Morrissey open to the right wing. Let's see where Malia Green goes with it. Carthage is able to land the 3 or 4 seed, they will host Tuesday the 25th. Malia Green for 3. The flamethrower says it's good to touch the green grass of home. Answering right back coast to coast is Faborowski. Similar story when Green scored the opening layup of the game. Immediately, Wheaton answered back. Lead at 6. And a foul going to be called against Orozco. She tried to split the uprights and got fouled on the way. Again, to recap, and we will keep you afloat as other games and scores come into play, but Tuesday, Feb the 25th, so 10 days from now, the 6 seed will be at the 3, the 5 will be at the 4. Tipped away, Green still having possession. Picks up the dribble. Morrissey now at the top of the key, driving, pump fake, goes in hard. Gets the own offensive rebound after the good tip by Knebel. Orozco floater with the right hand, can't find the bucket, doesn't hit the rim. Out of play, Thunder possession. And then the number 1 seed will host the semifinals and the championships Friday the 28th and Saturday the 1st. So right now, Illinois Wesleyan holding on to that spot. Carthage already one of the best seasons they've had since the 2013 season. Trying to get the baseline shot up, no good. A rare miss by Annika Richardson. From such a short range. Bounce pack kicked away. And with 4:44 remaining until half, timeout on the court. So a quiet Tarble Arena as Carthage has only scored 3 points in quarter number 2 as we take a look back to those 3 points, and it was Malia Green. So Grace Cord scored a layup at the end of quarter number 1, and Malia Green scored a 3. And that three-pointer, 1 basket in 5 minutes and 16 seconds. To say it's a stunned Tarble, I'm not trying to get dramatic in that circumstance. But again, the last time the Firebird faithful saw this team, they were absolutely lights out. And it was one of the best games, as mentioned, in Carthage history. So I think this wasn't the expectation. With that being said, let's look at the leaderboard. 7 points for Morrissey, 5 for Green. And the bucket by Cord is the offense to speak up for Carthage. They are 5 for 23 from the field. So it's not as if they're not getting the shots up. But with that being said, the great defense of Carthage has held Wheaton to 7 for 23. It's really been a difference at that free throw line as Wheaton 5 for 9. But they have out-rebounded Carthage 21 to 15. So you piece together the free throws and the rebounds and those few extra baskets, and that's a 6-point lead for the Thunder. Morrissey driving in off the backboard and good. Not quite sure what the Thunder were doing, rotating off of Morrissey. And there's that full court pressure that Carthage is so good at. Wheaton had some challenges with it in their first matchup. Definitely have risen to the occasion here the second time. In the game now as well is Petra Trumbach out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Jesse Pekaski in the game. Morrissey up and one. Pekaski, one of those hustle players. She started getting more playing time. Spelling Carlson as the season has progressed. one of the best cross-country runners for Carthage, and is just that hustle player as Morrissey gets the free throw. 3 for 3 from the free throw line, and just like that, Carthage within one. Morrissey is taking over this game. Back-to-back threes for Carthage, as Nora Aram has subbed back into the game, giving Emma Thistle a little bit of a breather. Tip off the top. There comes that trap. Able to break through is Oliver. The bounce pass to Oliver looks baseline. In the paint. Turnaround jumper. Couldn't find anything. Popped up in the air. Underhand volleyball style. 10 on the shot clock. Thunder an opportunity. Oliver down low against Pekaski. Goes up strong and gets the and one. Pekaski's trying to say, like, that's on me. I mean, she leaned in, got the contact, and went up strong, and that's just a good basketball IQ play. And just as Mariana Morrissey brought it to within one for her own and one opportunity, now's a chance for Kate Oliver to answer back. Gets it. But what you like to see if you're Carthage is that they are starting to find a little bit of offense. It's only 5 points since that three-pointer for Green, but it still is an impact. Orozco can't find it. Aram comes away with the rebound. Swipe from behind. Carlson still getting a breather. Your bigs are Pekaski and Knebel. Pekaski loses a handle, but Orozco able to pick it up. With 3, with 2, Orozco floats it up, and an offensive board by Pekaski. Knebel off the backboard, can't find it. Orozco reaches in and is going to get called for the foul. She tried to disrupt that defensive board by Richardson, but got a little bit too much contact. So with 2:50 remaining until half, 23-19. It's your old-fashioned defensive battle in Tarble. The float ahead, and that's where that full-court press can cause fits. So Orozco getting a breather, and Pekaski stays in. So Emma Thistle getting a breather still, along with Green and Carlson. So 3 of your starters getting some minutes on the bench. Almost swiped away. Pekaski picks up the pieces. Multi-sport athlete Jesse Pekaski. And no touch was called. Some of the players for Carthage thought that there was contact. There was not. And with 2:21 remaining in until half, it's a 4-point lead. Wheaton has been quick to pull the trigger on each and every possession offensively. Almost a mishandle. High floater to Aram, under 5. Thunder utilizing all the shot clock. Misguided at the top with 2, with 1. Off balance, leaner to the left. Rims out, no good. And once again, Jesse Pekaski with the rebound. Aram. Pekaski pump fakes. Kicks out. Knebel. Baseline jumper. Side iron. No good. Wamser tried to take a swat at it. Unsuccessful. We want to remind everybody, stick around for halftime entertainment. The dance team, the cheerleaders, going to be putting on a great show. The spirit team. We will have our halftime show immediately following. Aram now. A nice basket for the Firebirds. Get them right back in terms of that confidence. Another misguided pass. Wamser sent that 2 rows into the bleachers. A quiet crowd in Tarble. A 3-minute scoring drought now for the Firebirds. Carthage shooting 24% from the field, 20% from three. Thought about the three, pulled it down, and they're saying a tip away by Pekaski at the last moment. Trumbach from Ben Franklin High School. Shot clock winding down, and it'll be a shot clock expiration before the rebound. So subbing in, Malia Green, Emma Thistle, and Carlson, a 1 second differential between the shot clock and the play clock. So Coach Jones pulling in all your offensive firepower to try to get that best look, to get that final shot of the second quarter. A very quick first half of action, which included Senior Day festivities. Green and Morrissey at the corners. Knebel, Carlson at the elbow. The handoff, 10 seconds remain. Morrissey gets the screen at the top, pulls up, short two, rolls around and in. And the Thunder couldn't get the shot off in time. Malia Green would have had away with a steal anyway. And we go into half, a low-scoring affair on a Saturday afternoon in Wisconsin, 23-21. We will take a break, step aside for the Spirit team, and then we'll be happy to speak with each and every one of you with the halftime report coming up after that. 23-21 your score on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Welcome into the halftime show. We, of course, wanted to give our respects to not only the seniors, the Spirit Squad dance team and pep band, but also allow them to have that beautiful moment and that senior day performance. My goodness, how great was that? So we appreciate you being with us on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Let's quickly crunch some of the numbers before the second half of action begins. Carthage ended 1 for their last 5 from the field, but a scoreless 3 minutes for Wheaton helped Carthage start to claw their way back and be down by just 2. Mariana Morrissey leading the charge as we look at the statistics. 14 points, 5 for 13 from the field. Both teams sitting at 8 field goals, 1 extra 3 for Carthage. The rebounding, however, really favoring the Thunder right now. 5 extra boards, 1 extra turnover, so it's a close contest. Things were really, for lack of a better term, looking bleak for the Firebirds. Barely getting over 10 points in the opening, barely getting 10 more. They actually got exactly 10 in quarter number 2, but most of those points came in the final few minutes, really starting to give that little bit of momentum to Carthage. So they can kind of at halftime take that sigh of relief, that deep breath, and say, look, we had, statistically speaking, one of the worst halves we could have had, and we're only trailing by 2. And again, when we look at where things are for these two teams and where it lines up, right now Illinois Wesleyan is number 1 in conference play. Carroll is number 2. They're locked in at your 1 and 2 seeds. Carthage at 8, Wheaton at 6. If Wheaton somehow gets that, the rubber match of getting win number 7 and Carthage falls, that is a huge opportunity. Again, as we see there, just look at Illinois Wesleyan locked in at the 1. Carroll actually sitting at 10 and 3, not 12 and 1, but still locked in as the 2. Carthage, Milliken, Wheaton, Augustana, and look at even North Central sitting at 6 wins. A lot can happen. A crucial game for both of these teams. Carthage looking to lock in the 3 or 4 seed with the win, getting win number 9. Wheaton, if they get up to 7 wins, really control their destiny to be one of the top 6 teams. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back in just about 2 minutes for the second half of action on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Don't go anywhere. And welcome in to half number 2, the home Firebirds with bye aspirations in the postseason, looking to host for the first time in a long time. Thistle drives in the two-handed layup. She dominated the first matchup of these two teams and gets her first bucket and a jump ball called. We are tied at 23 and the possession staying with the Thunder. Hello, everybody. I'm Peter Ferreri. Thank you for being with me this Saturday afternoon at Tarble Arena in Kenosha. Senior Day. final home game of the regular season. Dribble picked up at the last moment. The trap causing fits right now over the triple. Numbers might favor the Thunder now, and a misguided pass too far. Carthage with an opportunity to take their first lead since 4 seconds into the game when Malia Green had the patented layup to start things off. Ill-advised pass. Coming up from behind is Morrissey. Outside to Oliver. Soft 2-3 zone right now for Carthage. Open for the three-pointer. Good. Hard to leave open. Grace Kaiser, that lawn, the Illinois college transfer. Carlson, one of the transfers for Carthage out of Lawrence. And Aram, a transfer from Division I at UIC. Morrissey from the baseline, a hair in, can't find the bucket. So Carthage tied it at 23 apiece by the layup by Thistle. Kaiser immediately on the following possession regave the lead. Shuffle and in. Grace Kaiser again. 5 points in a row by Kaiser and a 5-point lead for the Thunder. And a foul going to be called from behind by Richardson, trying to poke out the steal from fan favorite Malia Green. Second foul called on Richardson. Looking for three is Thistle. Bangarang. 28-26. Thistle 5 points, all in the second half of action, and Thistle with the steal. Numbers for the Firebirds. Pass to Morrissey. Driving in, almost loses possession, does. One too many steps. Oliver driving coast to coast, layup and good. Morrissey had the three, decided to drive in toward the paint, and just lost a handle. Green looks for Thistle. The pump fake by Thistle. Driving into Carlson. The baseline two. Morrissey offensive board up strong. Can't find the bucket nor the foul. Both teams finding much better offense in the second half. Shot clock at 15. Thunder took a lot of time in their final possessions of quarter number 2. Really trying to extinguish the shot clock. Kaiser, oh my goodness. The Rainmaker. 8 points for Kaiser out of her 10 have been scored in the last 3 minutes of play. Lead at 7. Thistle fouled. Faborowski kind of saying, wait me, but nonetheless, she made the contact. As Carlson immediately getting a breather. You can tell she's fighting through whatever ailment it may be. She does have a ankle brace on that right ankle and compression wrap on the right leg, and Thistle misses the first free throw. Thistle, a 741 free throw shooter. She is the best on the roster, next to Grace Cord, and makes the second. If you're the Firebirds, you were trailing by 2. Coming out of half, immediately tied. Have yet to take the lead. 2 fouls already against Wheaton with 6.5 remaining in the third. You do not want to go into the fourth having too big of a deficit. Carthage had the lead, and Kaiser falls out of play and not able to get there. So subbing in now for the Thunder is going to be Lily Caddo. Giving a breather to Faborowski. Sure, if you're a Firebirds fan, nice three-pointer. Light things up, get back to within a basket. Thistle looks for Orozco. It pounces out to Morrissey. She kicks out Orozco. Thistle wide open, finds that three. She looked, she delivered. The Emma Thistle Show 9 points in the third quarter alone. Wheaton just able to break the press. Can Carthage find a defensive stand? Again, Thunder very content with using as much of the shot clock as needed. Off of a foot, Malia Green pokes it away, forces the steal. Thistle up ahead, Green, contact, ooh, just misses the and one. That was the Malia Green possession, poked away for the steal, immediately hopped back up on her feet, trailblazed the other way. Thistle picked up the missing pieces. And Green at the line for two, makes the first. Malia Green, a .667 free throw shooter. Makes them both. And with that, Carthage within one. The defense has given fits right now to the Thunder. Grace Cord checks in. Cord's going to be matched up against Jenna Hunter out of Peatone, Illinois. So watch that matchup down low. Cord got that bucket to end the second quarter. And a steal for Green. The fast break, the layup, the lefty. Boom! And Carthage takes the lead 34-33. It started with Green. The run ends with Green. Nice little run for the Firebirds. And a foul is going to be called against Orozco. Timeout on the court with 4:42 remaining in quarter number 3. Once again, I'm Peter Ferreri. I appreciate you being with us on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. As we see, that was the okay, so it was poked away by Richardson. So I thought it might have gone off the hip of Morrissey, but that was actually a poke from behind. So it was moments like that in quarter number 3 where you really sat and said to yourself, man, is this really just going to be Thunder's day? And Kaiser, 8 points like it was nothing. But however, Emma Thistle said, feed me more. And did a good job answering back. Let's look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Carroll, a commanding 64-38 lead over Augustana with 4 minutes remaining in the third. Elmhurst trailing North Park by 3. Make that 1 in real time with 5.5 remaining in the third. And Milliken trailing Illinois Wesleyan 65-22. So again, scenarios abound. If Milliken falls to 7-7 and Carthage goes to 9-5, Wheaton falls to 6-8, Augustana falls to 6-9. That all but locks in the 3 or the 4 seed for Carthage with 2 games left to play on the road. Up strong and a miss. Grace Cord with the rebound. The pass, Grace Cord. Amazing Grace. How great thou art. 36-33. Carthage up by 3. Trying to tie it. Airs it off to the right. Annika Richardson. So not only do the Firebirds now hold on to their biggest lead of the afternoon, but with a point, makes it a 2-possession game. Jessie Pekaski checks back in. If they were to give superlatives, she gets that bench hustle player. Whatever the need is, Pekaski delivers. Coach Jones saying keep moving, 10 on the shot clock. Cord trying to set a screen at the top for Thistle. The kick out for Morrissey, left hand in her face. Cord fighting for the jump ball, and indeed it's going to be a jump ball. Ripped away by Alexis Martin, but good job by Cord to fight for the offensive rebound, and the possession arrow stays with Carthage. 36-33 your score. The bounce pass for Morrissey. Doesn't like what she sees. Fights up again, off the glass and good. 5-point lead for the Firebirds. It is a 12-0 run for Carthage. Make that 12-2 timeout needed for Coach Madsen. Wheaton had been held scoreless for 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Thistle 3 out of her last 4. But a 12-2 run. Folks, it was 33-26, and that's when I made the statement, this is not looking good in the third for Carthage, and I said they need to at least get within striking distance. They've answered. 3:09 remaining. Now, you cannot rest on your laurels, and we said it's a law of averages. They shot percentage-wise so poorly in the first and second quarter. It was only a matter of time before somebody heated up for Carthage. That indeed was Emma Thistle. She came out of halftime 0 points. Emma Thistle now sitting with 9, 2 for 3 from 3, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block to boot. The only block for either team this afternoon. As the teams now making their way back onto the court. And a lot to be said as well. Last time these two teams met, Emma Carlson was not available for that matchup. Today she has played 12 minutes, a steal, 2 early fouls, and is 0 for 1 from the field, and it was that baseline jumper. So the transfer from Lawrence, who many thought was going to have an impact on today's matchup, has not been able to do so. She is back on the court now to try to bring in a spark. And also to note, the ability of Jess Pekaski to be that impact player off the bench, giving Cord and Knebel that few extra moments of rest. Poked away, and that'll stay with Carthage. Good job defensively, Alexis Martin. Not to switch sports, but head coach for the Carthage College men's volleyball team, head coach J.W. Kike for back-to-back national championship coach. We had a conversation in our post-game show recently, and again, there will be a post-game show today with Coach Jones. But he said, you don't have depth if you don't use it. Carlson finds her first bucket. And I thought that was so profound by Coach Kiekefer, as he said, more or less saying, you can have the best bench in the world, but if you don't use it, it doesn't mean anything. The depth that Coach Jones has built. Again, the transfer portal of Aram and Carlson has just proven itself hand over fist dividends. But Alexis Martin, her first bucket of the afternoon, gets Wheaton back to within 2. Pekaski swings to the right. Orozco drives baseline and has it stolen away. She tried the one-hand pass. Kaiser put the hands in the lane. And a chance now for Wheaton to tie or take the lead. Carlson getting pulled all the way out to the three-point line. The drive and just losing the handle was Annika Richardson. So crisis averted as Orozco checks out and Wamser comes in. Again, Senior Day, Wamser, one of the seniors out of Grays Lake, Illinois, along with Emma Thistle, Elena Knebel, Maeve Wojcik, and Mariana Morrissey, along with the grad student of Emma Carlson. Morrissey looks for Thistle, plenty of time on the shot clock. Carlson jockeying for a position down low. She gets the pass. Keeps the possession, backing in. The turnaround floater with the right hand, too soft. Kaiser on that right flank. Watch out for her. She's had a hot third. Kaiser looks for the screen. Mariana Morrissey gets in the lane. Not only does she get possession, but is fouled by Kaiser, who fell over her. So with 63 seconds remaining in quarter number 3, Carthage still leads by 2. Carlson underneath. The defense slides, poked from behind. And again, that Richardson poke off the dribble is just something to reckon with. As Morrissey will have the inbound, 11 seconds on the shot clock. Carlson sets the screen at the top. Thought about rolling off it. Thistle to Morrissey for 3. Back iron, no good. Pekaski takes a swipe at it, and we are going to have a jump ball, and possession's going to go with Wheaton. But good job by Pekaski and Wamser to just fight their way through. So this third quarter has been 19-15, the differential, as Carthage held Wheaton to 6 points total in quarter number 2. Wheaton with a chance to tie or take the lead with the final shot of quarter number 3. Screen to the left by Oliver. Goes baseline, misses, goes up strong and is fouled. Missed the shot, got her own rejection. And with 5.7 remaining, second foul against Mariana Morrissey and a chance for Wheaton to tie. Banks in and good, or rims in and good. Oliver, again, a 780 free throw shooter. Makes them both. Thistle with 3, with 2. Fires it from the hip. Not able to get underneath it. Folks, I hope you're entertained. We are going into the fourth and final frame, tied at 40 apiece. It's Senior Day on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. 40-40, your score. Hello, everybody. I'm Peter Ferreri. It is senior day, the final home game for Carthage. If they come away victorious, they will secure one more game at Tarble as either the 4th or 5th seed. Huge offensive board. Carlson with the layup. Her own way back up. So Thistle misses. Carlson gets the offensive board, misses the layup, goes back up strong, and she's going to go to the line for 2. And if you are Carthage, what helped you defeat Illinois Wesleyan was your abilities at the free throw line to close shop. And so you are more than content with trying to do so here as Carlson misses the first out of 2, but also you want to try to get some of the Wheaton players in a little bit of foul trouble. 2 players for Wheaton sitting at 3 fouls apiece. And Carlson misses them both. Carlson, a .770 free throw shooter before those misses, so very uncharacteristic. Wheaton a chance to regain the lead that they relinquished in quarter number 3 and a miss. It was 33-26. And everything was coming up Thunder. Green, the kick out to Morrissey. Green cuts baseline. Morrissey pump fakes, gets kind of lost in the shuffle, out to Carlson. Thistle resetting the offense, gets the screen at the top. Thistle turns around, lays up with the right hand and gets fouled. That quick jab step with the right as Grace Wamser is raising the roof from the sideline. 3rd foul now on Faborowski. So Thistle at the line, that's exactly the player you want at the free throw line. And as mentioned, 2 fouls already for Wheaton in the first 64 seconds. So again, it's a circumstance. If you're Carthage, you want to draw those fouls as much as you can, get Wheaton in foul trouble, because if you then have that lead as time is getting toward expiration. Driving all the way through and blocked by Carlson. Richardson even gives her a pat on the back for that block. So looking for the inbounds is Faborowski. Richardson swings to the left side. Kaiser. Pass off Richardson. Carlson hand in her face. The bank 3. And the Thunder regain the lead. Richardson with the 3-pointer. 46 for 122 from long range. Morrissey, a little bit of hip contact, floats it up with the right hand and no good. Richardson looks for back-to-back threes, can't find it. And is a foul going to be called? It is. So I believe it's going to be called on Mariana Morrissey. She's kind of smiling about it because, again, the players, all the players going for the rock. So 20 on the shot clock for the inbounds. Thunder, a chance to extend the lead. Oliver does it. Again, Wheaton led 33-26. Carthage went on a huge run, a 12-0 run, and stolen away by Caddo. Bounce pass ahead. That 12-0 run was matched by Wheaton finding their own groove to end quarter number 3 and have started out quarter number 4. Richardson, the rainbow shot. Green with the rebound. Still a 1-possession game. Morrissey is open to the left. Can she tie it? She can! And the steal by Malia Green. Pass out to Thistle. Thistle to kick to Knebel. Off the back iron, no good. We are tied at 45. Malia Green, the prowess she has on the inbound. Uncanny, and a foul could be called against Knebel. This shows the growth that Coach Jones has developed in this team as Aram subs in. And the reason I say that is early on in the season, Carthage lost a very close one, 62-57, which from a lot of that contest they had the lead. Turnovers, travels, missed shots, just did not have Carthage conclude the way they would have wanted. And stepping on the line was Grace Kaiser. And why do I say that? That game took place the 4th of December. We now sit at the 15th of February, and this team has that resiliency. They've developed that killer instinct, that ability to close out games. Can they do it one more time? Orozco, good rotation, and nothing but the bottom of the net. Three-point lead for Carthage. Richardson not afraid to pull the trigger. Oliver cut, Richardson passed. Pekaski from the sideline picked it up, and a timeout on the court. 6:04 remaining, so just as the Firebirds were trailing by 3, they now lead by 3. As we take a look back at that Richardson long-range shot, Carlson hand in the face, banked in. But then here's where that transition happened. They left Morrissey open for the 3, ties it, and then immediately after the inbound, Green gets a steal, and Orozco, bang, finds it. 48-45 your score on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Individually speaking, Mariana Morrissey, 19 points, 7 for 20 on senior day, and how about 11 rebounds and 3 steals? On the flip side, Oliver, 11 points in her own right, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds. Cadow also with 6 rebounds herself. It is a 6-0 scoring run in the last 2 minutes for the Firebirds, and a scoreless 2 minutes for Wheaton. Looking at the rebound category, 34-27, so boards still favoring the Thunder, but both teams sitting at 9 steals. Second chance points heavily favoring Wheaton, 15-5, and a lot of that is on their ability to out-rebound Carthage. Women's lacrosse finished their home opener of the season just a few moments ago. Congratulations to Coach Burney, her first career win as head coach, as they defeat DePaul. Morrissey out for Green. Oh, it rims out. But that final was 17-8, Firebirds over DePaul, so congrats to the Firebirds for defeating DePaul, and the women's lacrosse team starts out hot at home. The layup, Oliver. Still a lead for the Firebirds. Aram is in, giving Thistle the final breather of the contest. Pekaski also in, so it's a Pekaski and Orozco show. Orozco from the hip. And rebound by Faborowski. The kick out to Kaiser, cuts in, pulls up, short range 2 and in. The second half for Kaiser. Green missed a 3, Orozco missed a 3. They were oh so close to going in, but Wheaton has the lead. Thistle to sub back in momentarily. Morrissey drives in the layup with the left hand. Coach Jones utilizes a timeout. Morrissey grabbing the right hand. Might have been jammed on that play, but nonetheless, Carthage once again regains the lead, 50-49, 4:42 remaining. Let's take another look. The crossover by Morrissey, crossing back, driving in, and again, you just can't leave her open. Not quite sure if it was contact that jammed the finger or on the ball, but nonetheless, it worked. What a fun afternoon of NCAA hoops. Wheaton trying to stay in postseason contention. Easier said than done. But again, the resiliency of Carthage, they won the last time. These two teams met last month in Wheaton. 1 point lead for the Firebirds. After today, Wheaton, 2 more games at home to finish up the season. Milliken and North Central. The bank, no good, and a foul going to be called. Alyssa Faborowski called for the foul. But again, if Wheaton's able to take one in Kenosha, they then take on Milliken and North Central in 2 pivotal games. So 2 quick fouls were called against Wheaton early on in this 4th and final quarter of action. Then going more or less 5 more minutes with no whistle. Plenty of game left. Carthage looking to get that lead extended and try to finish things up at the free throw line. Morrissey with 15. Pulls up, short range, 2 rims out. So many of the misses in this 4th quarter for Carthage have been oh so close. Oliver, the pump fake. Richardson drives in, poked by Morrissey. Carlson pulled out to the 3-point line defensively. Little bit of contact and the layup good. Alexis Martin. Starting lineup in for the Firebirds. Poked away at the last moment. Minus Orozco, who is in for Knebel. They want that added outside shooting option right now for Carthage. Thistle to Carlson. Orozco. Contact going to the line. That's the very situation I was talking about. One-point lead. Orozco goes to the line to shoot 2. Orozco is .670 free throw shooter. Makes the first. All the outstanding shooters for Wheaton in the contest. Missing the second is Orozco. Tied at 51. Fairly quiet crowd in Tarble. Driving in is Oliver. Tries to cross over Green, unsuccessful. Shot clock starting to wind down. A little bit of contact. Thistle, the up, the under, the miss. Missed possession. Oliver can't hold on to it. And the chance now for the Firebirds to regain the lead with 2:38 remaining. Not to say this too early, but a crucial possession for Carthage. Can they find the lead, even if by a point, and force the hand of the Thunder? Morrissey sets up with 15. Driving, contact, up strong and misses. That's the shot she wanted. Oliver calls out the demands. Screen at the top. Oliver drives the pump fake and good. Wheaton now leads by 2 with under 2 remaining. Thistle drives, keeps the dribble. Offensive foul called by Thistle. Lowered the shoulder against Fabarowski. A huge play. Coach Jones saying, hey, get back into it now. Orozco tied it up at 51. Poked by Green. Now if you're Wheaton, if you can find any points, that makes it a 2-possession game. Again, stick around for the post-game show with Coach Jones. Win or loss, she will join us in the booth. Wheaton, plenty of time to run out this clock on this possession. 10 on the shot clock. With 5, the strong pass to Kaiser. Richardson, the step back, pulls for 3, rims out. Orozco, I believe, is going to be called. Orozco gets fouled. So fouled against Fabarowski. And that is going to be the 5th foul called against Fabarowski. She will foul out of the game. And Orozco now, 2 free throws, a chance to tie. And that's what you want. Can you make both of these? Missing the first. If you're Wheaton and you're saying to yourself, if the shooting percentage at the free throw line is going to be as such, we don't mind sending you there. Orozco now 2 out of the last 4. Orozco going to sub out. Pekaski comes in defensively. The full court press almost tipped away. The bounce passing up and good. 3-point lead for the Thunder. Carthage doesn't need a 3 on this possession, but they need a point, or they need a bucket to keep it within a 1-possession game. Handoff for Thistle. 10 on the shot clock. Thistle drives, lays it up and good. Once again, getting through the break. 10-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Can the Firebirds, driving in, lays it up with the right and good. .5 remaining. Now, if you are the Firebirds, you're saying to yourself, a full timeout being taken, huge, huge bucket by Wheaton with time expiring on the shot clock. A hush has fallen over the crowd in Tarble Arena. Here's that Orozco coming away with the rebound and the foul by Fabarowski. That last shot by Oliver. Again, the driving layup. If she misses that, Carthage can hold on for the final shot of the game and for the win. Now, if you are Coach Jones, do you look for the tie earlier on, or do you wait for that 10-second mark and have your players ready to crash the board so you don't leave Wheaton with any time, or at least any time to tie it? with the opportunity to steal one in Kenosha. A one-possession game on the court is Carlson at the 5, but then Green, Morrissey, Thistle, and Orozco, your three-point shooters. Carlson likely there for the rebound if the shot doesn't go as planned. Morrissey drives. The kick out for Thistle. Thistle for three and is fouled. 9 seconds remaining, and Thistle with three of the most important free throws of her career. The senior will shoot three. First one good. Thistle, the best free throw shooter for the Firebirds, exactly who you want out there. Makes the first. Nails the second. If she makes it, game will be tied. Good. Timeout called. Coach Ken Madsen. As coming off the bench immediately was Jenna Hunter. Immediately told her teammates, no problem, no issue at all, because now if you're Wheaton, any shot, any basket wins you the game. Similar ending a few weeks ago. The final on the 18th of January was a 56-54 victory for Carthage. They scored with just about 6 seconds remaining. Wheaton had a chance for a three to win the game, weren't able to deliver. Now Wheaton with the ball and the game tied. Script is flipped. Kaiser to take the inbound. Pekaski in defensively, the length. Can Carthage cause a stop to send it to overtime? The drive, the shot, and one. Oliver. She did the same thing on the last possession, driving in. They gave her the lane to the right, and she took advantage. And the make. Carthage, 3 seconds to find a three. 20 points for Kate Oliver. Pekaski gave way to the strong side. My goodness. You just had 3 made consecutive free throws by Thistle. And you now have 3.5 seconds to launch a three and tie it. We've seen it before. Last season, triple overtime, but huge ramifications if Carthage isn't able to find the tie. We appreciate you being with us on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Thistle. Timeout called. Coach Jones didn't like what she saw. Again, stick around as the men's game between these two squads will take place 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. My goodness. Not much to say at this point. But looking at the ramifications, Illinois Wesleyan did defeat Millikin. But should Wheaton come away with a victory, Wheaton and Millikin will both be at 7 wins. Thistle with the inbound. Morrissey at the top for Thistle. The leaner 3 hits the rim and no good. And the Thunder of Wheaton came into Tarble, had the lead multiple times, weathered the storm, and tied at 57. Oliver, the layup and 1 with 3 seconds remaining, takes the game from the Firebirds. We will be back in just a few minutes, the post-game show with Coach Jones, right here on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Joining us now on the post-game show. Hello, everybody. I'm Peter Ferreri alongside Coach Jones. Coach, it's a tough one, no other way to put it, but I want to bring up the resiliency your team showed in the third, a 12-0 run. You did everything you could. Again, just the baskets fell in their favor at the very end. Similar story of how you beat them a few weeks ago. What's the feel of the team right now after that?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a hard one to swallow because I think we kind of did it to ourselves. We were out-rebounded by 9. We struggled, obviously, to put the ball in the basket, and we just weren't finding a flow on offense. And their best players really took over and made some big shots, and we struggled to slow them down.
Looking as well, one player to shout out as well before we get to the seniors, Jessie Pekaski. Just her role has increased as time's going on. She did a great job defensively today. What's she been able to mean to this team?
Yeah, I mean, she's subbing in there for big defensive stops. Their best player, Oliver, being able to get to the rim like that. It wasn't just Jessie. We needed to have better gaps and slow her down. We knew they were going to go to her or to 25, Richardson. But Jessie stepped up and played some really big defensive minutes, especially for us.
Senior day today, let's take a moment and recognize, because again, it's the final home game. Still, you control your own destiny. We'll get to that in a minute. But what have these seniors meant to you, so many of them stepping up today?
Yeah, I'm just bummed for them that we didn't get the win today for them. And I'm just really proud of where they've put us. I think their leadership has put us in a position that we can still control our own destiny. It's hard to lose one like this on senior day and at home when it was right there. But they have stepped up and been big-time leaders for us, and I think really helped to change the mindset of how we approach every day. That's put us in a really good position here towards the end of the season.
Well, Coach, it's been one of the most historic seasons this program's had in a while, so thank you to you for what you've done to the players. Before we end today, though, we still talked about you control your own destiny. You got 2 tough ones on the road, but they're games that if you play like you do for most of the game, they can come up victorious. What's this next week going to look like?
Yeah, we need to get healthy. We're pretty under the weather, which I felt like you could see today, and we struggled a little bit to get into transition. So first thing is to just get healthy. But I told them, after the game just now, that next week becomes that much more important. There's so much that can happen 3 through 8 right now in the conference that nothing is secured, and so we have to fight and take care of ourselves.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, good luck these next 2 weeks. I hope to see you back on the 25th.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Coach. Again, that was Coach Jones joining us in the post-game show. Again, no other easy way to put it. It's one she wanted for the seniors, the fans wanted for the seniors. They got to become the road warriors now. They have to be able to go on the road. They have to be able to defeat the likes of Elmhurst and Milliken. Milliken, 1 win behind them right now in the standings. Again, that battle right now for that 3 and 4, it's extended because of that win today. It extends past just the likes of Milliken, past just the likes of North Central, past just the likes of Wheaton. With that rubber match victory, Wheaton has an opportunity now to be not only that number 4 seed, but if they win out and Carthage loses out, well, guess what? Wheaton could become the 3 seed. So a team that was tied with just a few seconds remaining in this contest, if they now win out, they have an opportunity to host. From being eliminated to hosting, it just shows you folks the beauty of CCIW basketball. Let's take a look at the final stats before we move on to prep for the men's game. Again, leading scorers for the Firebirds. 21 points from Ariana Morrissey, 16 for Emma Thistle, 9 for Malia Green, 4 for Cord off the bench, and 5 for Alyssa Orozco. On the Wheaton side of things, Richardson ends with 7, Martin with 7, Kaiser with 12, but the powerhouse, she took over the contest in the final 60 seconds of the game. Oliver, both layups on that right side, the crushing blow against the Firebirds. So looking ahead once again to set the scene for the CCIW, Carthage on the road Wednesday at Elmhurst, Saturday at Milliken. They win out, they still remain the 3 seed. If they win one of 2, things get interesting. If they lose them both, folks, they could be eliminated if they end with only 8 wins. Who else is up against them? Wheaton. The huge victory against Carthage. They then go home against Milliken on Wednesday and North Central next Saturday. So Wheaton, if they win out and Carthage loses out, Milliken finds a way to get another win. It's Carthage on the road potentially. So much is at stake these next few games. Folks, we want you to make sure you enjoy yourself. 60-57, your final. What could be the final home broadcast for us on the Firebird Broadcasting Network for the women's hoop sides. We want to thank you. There is still a good chance they're back home on the 25th, whether as the 3rd or 4th seed. Once again, Carthage has to do some work on the road. I want to thank you for being with us this season. If indeed this is the end, for executive producer Mike Love, producer John Voinovich, assistant producer Laura Stockham, alongside Allison, Owen, Yam, Ainsley, Matt, and Dan, it is a student-produced broadcast, none better in the CCIW. This program has been a presentation of Firebird Broadcast Productions and Carthage College, copyright 2025. 60-57, your final on the Firebird Broadcasting Network.